New World Title, we're here to provide you with a lot of value and different educational tools, basically. And this one is geared towards social media and attracting and engaging your audience. So we have our guest speaker, Michelle Martinez, who is one of our transaction coordinators, actually, with New World Title. So we do work closely with her. And so she's going to give you some insight into just the different ways that we can elevate your social media experience with your clients. Thank you, Michelle.
Everyone. So first, I apologize for my voice. It's all of a sudden gotten to like where I don't need it to be this morning, but I'll try to speak as clearly as possible. If you don't hear me, just let me know. So welcome to Attract and Engage Your Audience on Social Media. My name is Michelle Martinez. I'm the Director of Operations at Hometown Transaction Coordinators. And as I'm also the lead TC for the New World Closing Concierge program. So within our umbrella of company that we service nationwide, we do have a digital marketing and social media campaign marketing and management and a whole lot of lovely stuff that happens. So us having to always be in the pulse of what is changing is incredibly important. So first and foremost, it's a pleasure to meet you. Today, we're just going to explore how we can leverage social media to build a personal and professional brand that attracts our ideal clients and ultimately grows your business. So let's get started. So foundationally, social media literally has changed the world. 20 years ago, would we have thought that this is what our life would be at, that we have a phone in our pockets that we're checking and scrolling every hour just to see notifications at minimum? But this is the life we're living in these days. Everybody has some sort of social media, unless they've decided to go nomad, then we don't see them at all. So unless they're posting on TikTok their journey, which is very funny. But at the end of the day, the major social media platforms include TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. And social media at first started as being something very personal. You were connected by only the people. I mean, does anybody remember Friendster? You could only be connected to your first 6, and then from there you would get the next 6. Like that was the way. You had to be closely related for everybody to see what was going on. Now everybody's just talking to the entire universe, which is great for business owners, especially if they use their platform strategically. But at the end of the day, everyone is using social media in order to share their expertise with an engaged audience and to build a valuable network. But literally, with so many social media platforms, like which one do you choose? Like there is just so much out there. And at the end of the day, you only have, what is it? Maybe 8 working hours that you'll dedicate, and social media itself is a full-time job. So when you're choosing your platforms, it's great to know where you are right now, take an audit, then consider your factors. Who are your ideal clients? Where do they hang out? And where can you attract them the most? And that should point you in the right direction. So within all of the major ones, we're going to take a look at Instagram is, of course, how I created a free photo and video sharing app. That's what it was mainly used for before it got bought up by Meta. Now it's becoming something of a powerhouse, especially for marketing and real estate. It's a great way to grow your lists, especially now that they brought on Reels, which we'll go a little bit more in depth in that later. But Instagram is really becoming one of those, especially within a specific sector of the generations, that is really powerful in driving audiences to your websites, your list builders, your CRMs to capture market share. Facebook is the OG. Now, everyone is in Facebook, or people at least born before I want to say 2005 are still on Facebook. And that is where you have right now, it has literally changed. Before it was a place where you just got together with your friends. Now it's a place where people truly network. Groups is so powerful in Facebook. It is one of a kind and has not been replicated anywhere. And creating groups or Facebook pages where people unite and give opinions is massive right now. Now, TikTok just came from the whirlwind, and I know that it's going crazy in a political sense right now as they're trying to figure out a way to, let's be honest, the United States just want to make some coin off of it. So they're trying to make a problem with it. But at the end of the day, it started at first being an app that people were singing and dancing to. And within the last 2 or 3 years, especially after the pandemic, it has literally become a place where people go to get their news. Like, it breaks out first in TikTok before we see it in any other platform, which is kind of funny when you think about it. And then YouTube itself, people at first were like, oh, that's social? Yes, it's very social. It's a place where you can do long format, 5 to 10 minutes, 20 minutes. When people are going into YouTube, it became the second largest search engine from Google. People go and see, oh, is there a video that I can watch about this? And they will search YouTube before they even search Google. That is where the switch has come, because people want to see instructional videos. So last week I moved in, right, to my new house, and we got a rug doctor from Publix, and the rug doctor website didn't have a video on how to use this machine. And I went directly to YouTube and said, how to use Rug Doctor Pro. And there was like 20 videos within the last 2 years that have been posted of people showing how to use this rug doctor. That is what YouTube is. People will go and if I say, hey, what are the top recommendations in Kendall for food right now? And I'll have 5 or 10 blog posts within the last year or so telling me about the best foods that are available in the city of Kendall. That is what is getting out there. I get to see them tour the place, tell me about the foods, what they think about it. Now, hopefully we share the same palate because it is about taste, but it is what has happened to YouTube. So that is very strategic, especially for real estate agents when it comes to farming. Because when you are farming and you create content around a market, an area, and you're building your brand within YouTube, it is forever. People will always see your video. It will come up in Google a lot faster when you post a video on the attractions in Miami, Florida that you should see, top 10, right? Or visiting downtown Miami, this is what you got to know about Brickell City Center. Wow, powerful, because people will be like, oh, Brickell City Center, what's good to see there? And then your video is the one that's popping up on Google, because Google itself will put your video as something to watch because they are understanding the mindset of the people around it. But I digress. YouTube obviously is one of my favorites. Pinterest is the dark horse in the cloud. I'll tell you that much. People don't really think about Pinterest other than once a year, or at least most professionals don't think about Pinterest unless once a year when they start doing their vision boards. Then everybody's on Pinterest looking at, hey, what can I envision here? Because I don't have 1,000 magazines and I put my vision board together on Canva. Outside of that, regular Bob and Jane are on there looking for ideas. They're searching for things that inspire them. They're looking for lists, for checklists, for ideas. It's this smorgasbord of ideas, and people search others' ideas as social proof of this is a good one. This can be a great strategy that links to other sources for you if done correctly. And then LinkedIn is a platform itself that is for professionals, people that are networking with others in their same industry. This is what LinkedIn is for. It's, hey, I'm Bob. I work at Lowe's as a director of marketing for the Southeast region. Oh, that's fantastic. That is what LinkedIn is for. They're there to powerhouse network with other professionals and get to know them. So what is the best social media platform for real estate? So the best for social platform for real estate professionals truly varies, and it really is based on your ideal client. And it's going to be on generation, income level of your target audience. It's the first one that you're going to probably need to think about the most. If you know that you work with boomers and they are of a high income level, stay on Facebook. That's where they hang out. Right? If you want to work with mid to high income level Generation Z, look on LinkedIn. That's where they're hanging out. Knowing their income levels and knowing the generations that hang out within those platforms is what's going to help you direct your energy and your resources better. Because we only have so much time in the day, and we only have the ability to really focus on one or two things at any given point. So if you're going to do it great, you're going to do it consistently, focus on the first one and know where your people are hanging out so that when they are ready to know, like, and trust you, they know where to find you. So consider these 5 factors. Customers, where is your target audience? And what do they spend their time most online? The age demographic that you most work out with, the communities that you serve, and how those communities are engaging with social. Competition. Wow. Just look at those that are around you and that are doing it really great and see, hey, what is it that they're doing? And learn observation. Content. Consider the type of content that people are consuming, liking, engaging, replying. You know, content right now, people are pumping it out every a few seconds. You're seeing 2 or 3 posts coming up. Content is just coming up like literally every second. You're seeing 1 or 2 times. It's like 10xing content. So how do you make yours stand out? And how do you make it possible for those that do find you stay and remain and engage? So now that we've gotten kind of like the foundational, 101, what is the platform? What do you do in that platform? How do you choose a platform? Which is what we covered initially. Now we're going to go into content. Now, content is the attraction factor. When people see your images, your graphics, your motions, your captions, your hashtags, your emojis, all of that is creating a story within that person. And it's meant to either attract the right customer or repel the wrong one, right? So messaging is incredibly important. What are you going to choose as your message? What your platform is going to be all about? And when we really get down to it, it really always goes down to the content pillars. You're going to identify your 5 content pillars. What are the things that people know you for, that you are an expert about, and that you can talk about consistently? Now, when you look at it, one of them is going to be about work, right? You are a real estate agent serving XYZ community. That is one of your content pillars. That does not mean that you're going to post 5 times a week on being about your work. You need to rotate between the things that you are all about. That's why social media is so unique. One is your job. One is, let's say you're a foodie. I mean, that's one of mine, so I'll use that. I love going to beaches, exploring. I love thrifting. I love going to tech conferences and learning about new technology. Those are my 5 pillars, right? So using that as an example, 20% of my content is going to be about my work. 20% of my content is going to be about foodie and going to different restaurants and things that I've experienced and telling stories about that. 20% is about tech, new tech that I've gone into, new tech that I've learned about, anything tech related, right? 20% my family, people that love me, people that I love them, people that I want to celebrate, right? You're a whole person and you're showing up strategically and planning out your content based on the 5 things that people really know about you. And that is how easy you can create content build on you, which is essentially your brand. It's very simple when you get down to the nitty gritty. What are the 5 things that everybody knows about you? And then post around that constantly. Have people notice that when you post, hey, I'm out and about in town with Susie here, and we just ran into such and such, and we're at this place. And everybody starts commenting, oh yeah, I've been there. They're awesome. Try the mango or whatever. That is creating the story and the engagement. Now, when you post, hey, here's my new listing, you'll probably get like 1 or 2 likes, and they were usually realtors, right? The other items on your content pillars are to drive folks to your page, to your post. The one about your work, people that are truly interested or are ready to hear that, that's when they're going to start engaging, but they'll know that you're in real estate. They know that this is what you're all about. They just might not engage with that until they're ready.
We sent it to you. We snipped it and we told you exactly what it is. I believe them.
There we go. So when you are thinking about your brand and creating your content pillars, just think about what you stand for as the awesome human being that you are, and simplify it to its most basic areas of what can I talk about all day, every day, and not get tired of that. And everybody knows that that's what I'm about. And then circle around that all day, every day. Just be like, okay, today I'm going to talk about, this restaurant. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about, hey, I went thrifting at this store. Then I'm going to talk about, hey, did you know that I have a listing coming up in Coral Gables? And I want to tell you about the most funniest story that ever happened to me in Coral Gables. You're kind of talking about work, but you're framing it in a story. People engage a lot more when it's a story than here's an objective look at something. But always include your audience. Give them something to do or an ability to provide an opinion, because everybody loves to give their 2 cents. Even when you're talking about, let's say, your new listing or the house that you just sold, you can ask them I love this pantry. What do you think? Would you Marie Kondo this, or would you do this type of method and organization? Just to you're giving them an opportunity to engage and talk to you about one of your listings, and that's going to create traction and bring it more in front of other people that can potentially see it, other than saying, hey, this is my new listing, go check it out, or if you know someone, call me. So having them engage your audience with your content and provide opinions is always awesome, because it's what's going to drive the algorithm to put more eyes on it. Other than, hey, 2 people like this. If your own people that follow you and like you are not liking your stuff, they're like, why are we going to send it to anybody else? So when we're talking about the 5 content pillars, we use the recipe method, because anything can be used with the recipe method. So if one of my content pillars is I am a foodie, I can create a funny haha joke about it. I can create facts and trivias, provide tips and tricks. This is how you get 2-for-1 pasta at I don't know what restaurant. anything can be used with this method. You can do conversational surveys and polls. Do you like this restaurant or that restaurant? Tell me why in the comments. Inspirational, pasta saved my life. It's funny and it's a quote. Promotional, hey, I just sat with this amazing small business owner in our community, and all the people in my audience, if you say that Lauren sent you, they'll give you a free dessert. Things that you can drive that are about you, your community, and the people that you serve. This is what's going to get you more eyes, more people liking your stuff, more people getting involved in your content, sharing your content, and say, hey, Lauren went to this place in Plantation, and they're asking, if you tell them that Lauren sent you, they'll give you a free dessert. You know how many times that will get repeated? As long as you buy the $10.99 pie, they'll give you a free dessert. Like, there's so many ways that you can use this, and it's not necessarily about real estate, but more about communicating and engaging with your audience. And then, of course, your entrepreneurial side. This is your business. You're a real estate business owner. You are a person that helps people build wealth and their dreams through home ownership. Give them the behind the scenes, the personal life, the things that they need to know. This is how I make it happen for me and my family. This is why you should care. This is my mission, my values, my vision for the future. Show them who you are authentically so that they can continue to know, like, and trust you. So how do you make everything make sense? You've picked your platform. You know your 5 content pillars. You have your recipe in making that happen. But now, how do you tackle this monster of a beast and make it easy? So easy that you can do it. And that is literally a content calendar. There's no other way around it. Okay. As long as you sit there and you say, okay, I have all these ideas. And if you need ideas, we're going to go into that a little bit later. But I have these ideas of what I want to post, when I want to post it, and when is what I need to figure out right now. So you take out a calendar and you say, okay, content number 1, food. Content number 2, I am a thrifter. Content number 3, business. Content number 4, my dogs and my family. Content number 5. So these are my pillars. Now I'm going to put them like that. This day I talk about this, and I'll use the recipe, and I'll use an inspirational quote about families. This is about, my business, but I'm going to do a story time about the craziest transaction that I've ever been on, and it's going to be a video. This is how you take the 5 contents, the recipe, and you plot it out. As long as you are showing up strategically up on the feed and giving different nuggets, people are going to be engaged. What is he going to talk about today, or Betsy going to talk about today? I am so interested and I want to know, because they always have something engaging that I appreciate. Or if they're just connecting with you because, hey, Lauren has the same taste in food that I do. I want to know where she's been to in Vegas. And I know she did something like 2 months ago about it. Let me look at that. When people start connecting you with your pillars and they're actively engaging with you and your platform regarding this pillar, you've known you struck gold. Now, how can you know what pillars are really active right now for you? Hindsight is 2020. Look at your platform, look at your Facebook, look at your Instagram, look at any of your profiles and see which are the posts that I get the most likes, the most comments. Outside of, changing your profile picture. Because that one, everybody's like, oh, you look so great, right? Outside of that, what content do you post that people engage, talk about, and act about, that they take time out of their busy lives to tell you something? And that will give you what your audience is right now attracted to talking to you about. So you've got your platform, you got your content pillars, you've got your recipe, you've got your calendar, you're ready to post. You're ready to put your plan in action, get everything onto social media and let it do its job. Now, posting, it took us all this way to get to actually posting on social media. I want to give a very, very special caveat. Do not let your clients feel spammed by you. So when you're only creating work-related posts, it creates a disconnection with your audience. They're like, oh, they're always just talking about work. Are they just workaholics? Do they not have anything else in their life? And it's quick. It's so easy now. Like literally, I do the little hamburger and say, mute you for 30 days so that you don't know that I'm not looking at your stuff, but I'm not going to see it anymore. That's how easy it is now for people to disengage. They're like, oh, I'm done with this. I don't want to see this anymore. That is why it's so important to be strategic and go around your content pillars so that people don't feel like you're always talking about the exact same thing. You take your content pillars, you take your recipe, you marry it, and you do it in different variations so that people are like, oh, that's different. They're not going to be quick to say, well, I've already seen that before from you. Another thing is once you've posted, the next is engagement. And engagement is incredibly important. Now, before we talk about engagement, I was going a little ahead of myself. If you're going to be focused on multiple platforms all at the same time, I am the queen of always telling everyone, master one before you go and master all the others, right? Master the one that you know best, know all the buttons, click all the buttons, know everything that everything does in this platform. It's its own language, right? Understand that one before you go and master the other ones so that you can be incredibly impactful in each of these platforms. Because even though they're all social, they don't social the same, right? So your captions, your images, the way that you attract is going to be different for each and every one of those platforms. And the only way that you will know that is if you master it. Now, with the launch of AI basically touching everything that's media related, the last 6 months, there are amazing programs that will help you repurpose your content almost immediately. One is repurpose.io. That will help you get your content converted and posted in these different platforms. Okay. However, it needs to be converted. It needs to have its own watermarks so that it can create the impact that it needs. When it comes to the actual captions and the different emojis and hashtags that you should use all day long, if you have not heard about ChatGPT, you better start getting on it, because that is a language model that can help you reframe and change the tonality of the post that I would do on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. You can, and now that SEO, search engine optimization, is being pushed more for the algorithms. That is what they have been pushing more for the last 3 to 6 months, which is the more caption hashtags written on the video or on the content is, the more they will drive that forward than no caption, emoji, or anything of that matter. ChatGPT can help you with just a few prompts. I am going to be posting about this. I need your help in giving me 4 different variations for these following platforms. Optimize for search engine. Literally the prompt that you will use, and it will give you what it needs. Then you can funnel it into these different platforms. But I digress. Again, make it super easy for yourself if you have not been very strategic before, that you just post when you can, when you have the opportunity. Once you go into strategy, into implementing your social media strategies, you want to make sure that you're creating the maximum impact as soon as you are posting. Once you have posted, then it's time to engage and drive the audience to your page. Engagement is literally the last part. I posted, you don't set it and forget it. Now you got to start
Hi,
talking.
Mary.
I'm sorry.
How's Max?
So with that said, if you have a friend that you've been talking to, right? And you're posting today about your favorite thrift store finds, right? You're gonna tag them in there. Hey, this is the thing that we were talking about the other day. That's automatically going to get you your first comment. Should be you talking to someone else about something that they've done, right? Or you have been communicating about. You're a whole human being. You're having conversations about the things that you like. Bring in the first comment, bring someone in there so it can start priming the algorithm to, oh, you just tagged Jessica. Jessica has 5 other friends that are, into thrifting. They may like to see when Jessica replies back what Jessica replied to. You're already priming the algorithm to start doing the work when you've done that first part. Then you continue in engaging your audience. Engage your audience at every moment. When people are posting, reply back, go to their page, start posting in their page, prime the algorithm so that you guys are always being seen. They're going to be like, Jessica and Lauren are always talking to each other. They want to be continuing to see each other's post. If you have 900 followers or 900 likes or 900 friends, the way that they're going to see your stuff is if you actively engage with those 900 people. Now, statistically, you're only able to have 150 active relationships at any given point in time, and 40 of those or 50 of those are taken up by family. So you might want to be very strategic in the way that you handle each and every person that you link with through the algorithm so that it is primed to push you with to other people that you do not know. By linking with one, you're linking with their entire feed, and having that, you want to make sure that you're attracting from their feed, so to speak, the people that are similar to them through, again, the content that you shared, which is the pillars that you guys have in common. Literally, it's not that hard to figure out once you see it, how everything connects to one another. So, sources to leverage your social media. Now, because this is it's mighty. It's a big one, right? There's a lot that needs to be done when it comes to social media and how it's handled. So, tools are always the best for your disposal, right? You have Hootsuite, which is a social media management platform, and that specifically, it lets you create your content calendar, post your content through this third party. Now, the algorithm, as of late, I want to say the last 90 days, has not been very friendly with these management tools, especially Facebook and Instagram that came out with their own management tool built into the system. They're trying to drive people to use their tool. Is it awesome? It gets the job done. It definitely gets the job done, but these other platforms have been open or available a lot longer and definitely have what's the word that I'm looking for? They have definitely with age comes consistency. They already know what they're working with, and now they brought in this new platform that it's just going to take some time for it to recognize that it's working with human beings and not necessarily another robot. So we have Hootsuite, Buffer. Canva is fantastic for graphic design. CoSchedule. There is actually a real estate social media marketing. Coffee and Contracts. If you do not follow them on Instagram, you're missing out. They have a ton of stuff that you can use. Then, of course, Realtor Magazine, Inman, Social Media Examiner, The Close, they have specific resources built within their ecosystems to help real estate professionals in getting really great at social media. And then for books, we have the No BS to Direct Marketing, the Copywriter's Handbook, and Too Nice for Sales. I throw in some books because sometimes you just need to read it out to understand and just really see the big picture. But at the end of the day, these resources are available to you for you to leverage, to gain more knowledge from others so that you can continue to master your craft. Because at the end of the day, as a business owner, you hold all the hats. You hold the hats for sales, for marketing, for lead gen, for data management. All the hats belong to you until you hire staff. But at the end of the day, as you still own that hat, the more that you can leverage through tech, through knowledge of other individuals, the better that you will become in the future. Now, as I started this presentation earlier, yes, we do offer social media management as well at Hometown Transaction Coordinators. We actually have a studio in Pembroke Pines, which handles all content creation, meaning you come into our studio. We do 3 hours every month of video and photography, and we manage Monday through Sunday 3 platforms for you within our management. So if you're ever interested, please feel free to reach out. As promised, we always like to give out a cheat sheet. So if you can take out your handy dandy phone and start scanning this QR code, that's going to take you to the cheat sheet for today's presentation. Now, what you're going to see in the once you scan it, it's going to take you to a Google Sheet. And in that Google Sheet, you're going to see the FAQs for the New World Closing Concierge program, which is a fantastic program. Within the New World Closing Concierge, you will get a transaction coordinator assigned to you for any of your deals to help you on the administrative side from contract to close. You'll see a copy of our presentation of today so that you can have it. You'll see a free content calendar dashboard as well as a content schedule template that you can go ahead and copy and download for yourself. You'll also receive one of our budget-friendly templates that we have 75% off. It's our Duolingo marketing templates. As I said, we do have a digital marketing agency, and we created this about a year and a half ago. And these were templates for our Spanish-speaking community, that there seems to not be a lot geared towards Spanish-speaking. But on top of that, it's Spanish and English. So it has Canva templates for pre-listing introduction packages, brochures, digital and printable seller guides, digital and printable buyer guides, traditional and modern design property flyers, listing presentation, Facebook and Instagram posts, and they're $27. So go at it. We also linked in our leverage resources for freelancers for social media management, marketing coordinator, and virtual support services. And we have a fun bonus for those that are in there. If you take a picture of me right now and you post on Instagram and you tag us at Hometown TC, we will send you our agent toolbox, which is absolutely amazing. Like, it's absolutely amazing. It has a few guides for your buyers and sellers. It has a presentation for multiple offers. Like, it's legit. So feel free to take a picture. I'm going to pose for 5 seconds. And then you can go ahead and tag us at Hometown TC and let us know what was your favorite part of the presentation today. Now, this is my favorite part. It's my Ask Me Anything. I keep looking over here because that's where all you beautiful people are at, but I know you're right here. Ask me anything about social, about the content that we covered today. I am all eyes and ears. You can go ahead and unmute yourselves. and we can get this round robin going. I'm so glad that helped you. And I hope I said your name, Key. I love your profile picture. You look amazing. That blue, razzle dazzle, sweetheart. I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions, concerns, ideas, want that I can help you with? Literally, we help a lot of business owners on their social media. And at the end of the day, here's my main advice. Choose one, do it well, engage, and that will literally attract amazing leads to your business. It's that consistency will bring you what you need in your business.
Can I get your contact information again, Michelle?
Yes. I'm going to put it in the chat so that you have it. That is our phone number, and I'm going to put my, and you can also email hello@hometowntc.com. And we will, and Maida, we will be posting this on YouTube, and we will get the video out to everybody so that you can view the session, and you will also have access. I'll make sure to link the cheat sheet so that everybody has a copy of the cheat sheet too, so that they can go back to it. Tons of stuff in there that really will help you drive your business forward, which is what's all about, right?
Michelle, I have a quick question because I think I didn't catch it when you were talking about kind of like, not maybe funneling isn't the right word, but it was kind of like you had your Facebook, you had your Instagram, and that funnels nicely. But then if you wanted to almost like convert it into, you know, content for Twitter or, you know, LinkedIn, I feel like there was like a website or something,
Yes.
a platform that you mentioned. What was the name of that again?
It's called repurpose.io, and that is artificial intelligence. It will truly help you repurpose it. So it's going to take the content and change it so that it is optimized for the platform that you are changing it to.
Perfect.
Because
Thank
that's
you.
the part where everybody's like, oh, have you ever seen those reels on Instagram that have the TikTok,
Yes.
the TikTok watermark? Well, unfortunately for them, Instagram and Facebook, when they see that, they're starting to downgrade that reel from not being viewed. They're like, no, we're not promoting another platform. And the moment that the algorithm, oh, this came from, it has the metadata where it's coming from, it's going to be like, we're not promoting that. Sorry. So that's why repurpose became so important. Like our marketing department, that's where we get most of our business, is changing content into these other platforms. But I tell everybody, it's like, if you're okay with working with artificial intelligence, use that platform. Super affordable, and it gets the job done, and you can do a ton of content that way.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Well, everyone, if there's no more questions, I don't want to hold you up for the rest of the day. I'll make sure that I get to Maria the video once it's downloaded and posted onto YouTube with a copy of all of the links so that you guys can have access for it in the future. And I trust that you guys are going to have a wonderful and beautiful day.
Thank you everyone for joining. Michelle, thank you so much for leading such an engaging session. It was really enjoyable, and I'm sure everybody learned a lot of good stuff. So
Fantastic.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you, everyone. Ciao.
Yeah.
Have a good day. Bye.